Well, I guess to start with, Coach Casius, thoughts on what you're looking forward to after the Razorback coming in with the meet this weekend and what you want to get accomplished.
Well, first of all, we want to get rid of the flu bug, man. That thing destroyed us. I think there were over 10, guys on our team that all of a sudden came down with a flu, and it all hit like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It was really interesting how it kind of got us, but and they're still not feeling great. We did some practices yesterday and tried to see how everybody felt and try to get moving again. And for the most part, the guys were back, but they weren't moving great. So um, this meet's going to be very low key for us, kind of for that reason. But there are some things we want to do. Like I want to run Jerome Campbell, one of our good hurdlers in the 60s. He's a pretty good sprinter. I want to kind of see where he is with that. And then there's some other guys, that were sick, like Tavian Williams. He did run, but he ran sick. He didn't feel good, so he wants to run again this week. And then I think we're going to probably run a 4x4 because we didn't even get to run one at all. But now, I don't think I can load it up because I don't think I have the guys ready to do it yet, just from the flu and everything. So it's going to be really limited for us in what we try and do this weekend. It's kind of a heal up week for us and see if we can get ready for Tyson, honestly.
Alrighty. Hayden, do you have a question?
Yeah, Coach, with those with dealing with the flu and all that, is this a meet where maybe you look a few weeks ago you thought there would be you had a goal in mind of which runners would be participating, and now that things have changed, you kind of look to somebody else, or how exactly does that change, or is it just kind of a limited showcase for you guys?
Well, I mean, I think obviously we would have done some things differently this weekend had we all got to run, but basically 30% of our team didn't even step on the track. And like I said, there were several of those guys that they ran, but they were sick and didn't feel good even when they ran. So, I mean, there would have been some different stuff, and I don't think, overall, we probably would have ran some more off events and ran some more 4x4s just for the conditioning part of it for us this week. Um, but we're gonna go out there and still compete, and I got to get some guys on the track and get them going again.
Looking at some of your team's performances from last week, Devin Wright in the 400, really impressive. What has it been like? What has the transition for him been like, having had such success on the NAIA level?
Yeah, I mean, he had great success, and we did a lot. I think I told you this before. We technically with him just cleaning up the way he runs and the way he strikes the ground and all those things, and I think that just has paid off in abundance for him. And that was a great opener he had, and has very little experience on a bank track, and I think big time competition, and he came in here and didn't back down and did a great job.
On the field event side of things, I know there was a lot of talk about Scotty Vines, but I want to ask you about Abraham Johnson in the triple jump. He's got one of the top uh, measures in the country. What have you seen from him so far?
That was a great jump. I think it was an indoor PR for him. And again, he's a guy that he transferred in here this year. And I think that he showed that he can do it on a big stage too. That was great competition in that triple jump, and he had a lifetime PR. So he was, I think, ninth in NCAAs last year. So he's got some experience competing against really good competition. And we look for him to improve and be better as the year goes on. It's like I always say, we're always shooting for that SEC NCAA weekends.
Awesome. All right, that's all I had. Thank you.
Thank you. Christina, did you have any questions?
Yeah, can you guys hear me okay? I'm in a coffee shop, so I want to make sure you can understand.
I got you. I can hear you.
Great, awesome. So, Doug, I know you told my coworker Matt, before the season, that you kind of added this meet because so many teams wanted to come in here. Is that different from previous years? I mean, obviously, it's always a great facility and people want to compete here, but is this one that you actually did add for this year?
We did add this meet, and we'd been either taking this weekend off or going out to New Mexico for an indoor meet. But we host NCAAs this year, and we just had a massive amount of interest in teams wanting to come into the facility. So we felt like this would be the best way to not make our meets get so long and oversized that we couldn't control them. So, I think there are 12 teams coming in this weekend, and they're teams that didn't come to the Razorback and probably won't come to Tyson. So it'll be a whole new group of teams coming in.
Are you expecting to have Tyrese and Rivaldo available for the 800? I know we talked about them maybe having some illness issues like some of the other guys on your team. And then I know I think we have yet to see Tyrese this year, right?
Yeah, Tyrese both those guys were sick. The whole 400 crew, believe it or not, only one of the 5 wasn't sick this weekend. So, and they did a little bit of a workout yesterday. I wouldn't call it a workout, but they at least got on the track and moved a little bit. And I think we're shooting for them for the weekend of the Tyson Invitational.
Awesome. I think that's all I have that we haven't hit already. So thanks.
Coach Case, one interesting comment after Jelani ran the 60 on the Saturday was him getting used to running and training on a bank track, and with him in the 200 this weekend. What are some aspects? Obviously, they only have a flat track at LSU, but the benefits of being able to train on a flat track as well when you get ready for these type of races.
Well, if you watch that 60, they have to run up that hill at the end and hit the mat, and there's an art to that a little bit, and you got to learn it. And I've seen a lot of people wipe out on that thing, but there's maybe a little fear if you're not used to it. And he's going to get used to that more. He's going to get used to going up and down the curves just with practice. And, we work on that stuff a couple times a week, just learning how to run our turns and everything. And I think when he really figures it out, like he could maybe be a threat in the 200 indoors too, I think this year.